So here's how to make great YouTube thumbnails that make your live streams afterward actually get watched, and we're gonna do this in a matter of minutes, and we're gonna keep it very simple. So the first thing is when you get done live streaming, puts in a basic screenshot from the video. You wanna go back in there and change that. If you look here on the screen, if you change it, look, I go to the live streams and you can see right away this one pops way faster than this one does, and this one pops way faster. If you put the thumbnail on there, that's the first thing they see. That's what gets them to click and go over and check out your live stream where they can learn about your stuff and go join and buy your things. So right in here where you can edit, I just literally went to content and I did this over by clicking on this up here. I went to my YouTube studio. Once I got in YouTube studio, I clicked on content and then I went to live. And then over this live that I just got done doing, I click the pencil and I wanna come in here and I wanna add a thumbnail right there. So how do I create the thumbnail? So here's a picture of me. I just took a picture of my setup where I was at and I thought it looked cool with these colors right here. So this is just this image. And what I've done is something really cool, which is I've got this layer that shows me where the button would be, where the time would be, and where the titles would be. Because at the end of a video, you can watch this video and you can see where the words are, you can see everything as long as it's in the green space. So this whole thumbnail is 1280 by 720 in pixels. And so what I do is I shut that off. I'm in Pixelmator here. I just take that picture and I like to create it when it's small, and I like to have something where it depicts what I'm doing and it shows the color and grabs their attention. So with this, I took that picture and I zoomed it up like this, but I'm real small over here. So what I did is I basically took this, I hit Q and I can select myself like this. And then let me zoom in here. I can zoom in and I can just select my head, and I selected my whole body and I just cut it out. And then I just copy and pasted it, and then it created this. So now you can see that it takes up more real estate here because people are attracted to eyes. And then I've got this in the background where I can pretty much put it wherever I want. And you can see I'm pointing at like some things that my audience would be really interested in if they want to learn how to make money using Skool and growing a community and making recurring income. So what I do is then I want to brighten the picture so that it makes sense to see easier on YouTube when people are scrolling. I always position myself in the rule of thirds over here because that's a good balance that we like. It's kind of like when you see a camera and it's got those grid lines on it, those are the rule of thirds. So this is the rule of thirds. You always want your main subject or the things that you're aligning in your photo, you want those to line up on these grid lines. That's why they put these on cameras. It balances out the photo. You've got these lines here where you can balance up and down, and then you always want to put your main subject on one of these or right dead in the center. In this case, I'm going to put me on this grid line here, and then I've got this over here on that other side, and I'm pointing at it, and I want to make sure that everything is clear without getting into the red here. It's okay if my hat and stuff like that's up there. And I put this button on here because inside of Skool, when I go put this into the community, I put all my replays inside of my Skool community here. So if you just go to skool.com/make-once-free and you click on the classroom, then you can come down here and I just put all of my replays of my live streams in here so people can watch them, and then down below they can click join, and it's a way to market and grow my audience. But as you can see, there's this button right here, so I don't want it to cover anything that's important. So I've got this little picture that I've made. You can do the same thing. I just found this on Google. So I'll shut it back off now that I've got it aligned. And then what I do with my picture here is I select the layer over here, and then I come over here to the side and I just hit sharpen. I hit this vignette and then I just pull it down a little bit. It just gives it some character. I grab this and pull it down. I do the little S curve thing. I come up here and I add saturation, and I usually edit it small like this. That way, because if I can read everything and it makes sense in a small picture, then that's perfect. Then I know it'll be good that way, right? So I crank that up a little bit, saturation, a little bit of clarity, a little bit of texture. I just crank it up. The black point, contrast, I'll brighten the image so it's like that. I just yank the shadows left and right, and I just see what makes it look good. Just need a little exposure. There you go. You can see me. And then I click on my image, come over here to shadow. I move this ball so that the shadow can be off in the back like that, and then I just blur it out again it gives it a little depth. And then on the image in the back, I just go back over here and I do the same thing. I sharpen it, and then I put a little vignette in there, and then I just crank this down, crank this up, kind of gives it some more power. And then I come here to the saturation. I want to turn that up, crank it up a little bit. The clarity, texture, black point, contrast, brightness, and then the shadows. And this one's kind of busy. I still think it's pretty good. I'm gonna kind of go like that and then give it some exposure there. This image is, you know, it's a pretty busy image, but I feel like it's gonna get people's attention with that color. And then if I want, I can take and I can add a layer here in between, hit B for brush, crank the brush size up, crank the softness all the way up, and then I'm gonna see this layer in between here. I can come in here and I can just pop some red in there, see that? Or any color that I want. I could use this like up here to add like a little bit of like, see how it gives it a little light? Okay, I can go like so, maybe some down here. It just gives it a little bit, and then I just stick with my colors like red, green, blue. See, I don't like all that. Let me get rid of that. And I just kind of play with it and see, you know, what looks good. I feel like putting something back there. That red looked pretty good. Let's see what yellow looks like. See how it just kind of gives it a little bit of action? There we go. I kind of like the lime green, I think. Yeah, it gives it a little bit of, and then we know red and green work together, so I can put like a little red. Nah, I don't like that. Let's get some yellow over here. No, let's just do maybe some blue. Kind of cool. See how it gives it a little depth? But see how that's giving that some pretty good stuff. Now, because people pay attention to the eyes and things like that, I come over here, I'll hit sharpen, and I'll just sharpen the eyes. Oops, gotta make sure you select the layer. I'll sharpen the eyes, do like 2 swings on that. Usually hit that, it brightens it up, maybe around the hair a little bit. Give it a little bit of that. Then I'll hit this lighten, and I just lighten the white part of my eyes. It makes it just pop a little bit. Learned this from Mr. Beast. Then I'll just kind of give it just a little bit just to pop it, because the eyes are what people pay attention to. Then I'll hit saturate, and I'll just saturate a little bit. See how the eyes pop out a lot more? So you see how it just like creates a pretty cool thumbnail there? And then what I'll do is I will, you know, I like to put like, if you notice on these thumbnails, when you put like a bar around, at least for me, you got to figure out your own style. But when I put this little thing across here like this, it seems to do pretty good. So I think on this one, what I'll do is I'll probably use like a lime green maybe. So what I'll do is take this and I'll just add a layer and I'll put it on top. I wanna make sure everything's good. There we go. I'm probably just gonna put the word school in there because I talk about school. So I'll probably use the logo in there. We'll see what that looks like. And this layer, I'm just gonna hit white, so it covers the whole thing. But you see how it makes it pop more? And then I can take this layer and I can actually put it on top, and it looks like I'm sticking out of it. See that? I'm just going crazy with this one because I just want to show you what's possible. But these it looks pretty good, you know, like you can see it pops out a little bit. I'll see about the Skool logo if that works good. I just go to Google, type in Skool logo. I click up here on tools, color, transparent. Here's the transparent Skool logo, copy it, because that's what I'm talking about. And then I'll stick that in here like so. Pretty cool, right? Now I'm just gonna go here, I'm gonna hit export JPEG, thumbnails. I just put it under my long form, and I'll just put how to make, I always use the same as the title, how to make money with Skool. Export. Now I'm gonna go back over here to the YouTube where I'm gonna click on YouTube thumbnail here, go to my long form, there's the thumbnail, boom, save, and now it looks a lot better. So if we go to the channel, see how much better that looks? So if people go to my lives, see how that catches? It's so much better, isn't it? So that's why you wanna go in and put those. I didn't put one on this. I just wanted to show like some difference, you know, like the way it looks, but I like it. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a heck of a lot better, and it like really brings up what was going on, and it's gonna help it. It's just gonna show up better in the search engine. So hopefully that helped, and I'll see you in the next video.